Hey guys, well, it rained this morning, so the field's really muddy. So I'm gonna try to do just a quick video on something I got in today. This is my custom shop, 1300 K2, basically a 1377 in the custom shop. I've got a 2 to 7 BSA pistol scope that I'm going to put on it. Some Hawk rings that I hope will fit, and we're going to set that up here in a minute. Go ahead and open this up and show y'all what's inside. They come in a nice padded wood cardboard box. Got the foam padding on both sides. It's got the Lothar Walther 14-inch barrel on it. Of course, the long extended steel breech. That's really the main things I had added to it. There was a free engraving option, so I just went ahead and added my YouTube channel name engraved on the side of it. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking gun. The only thing I can say is I wish they would have done a little better finish work on the tube before they blued it. It's kind of a rough, grainy finish. It's not sanded smooth. The barrel's not real smooth on it. So I expected a little better on the bluing job on these, but that's what you get, I guess. I wanted this tube because I didn't want the American Classic and everything stamped into it. The stamped in warnings that they put on them. I think this looks a lot neater. And I've been putting off getting one of these for years. I went ahead and done it whenever I heard that that Crosman had been sold to Daisy. Since I really don't know what's going to happen to Crosman now, I figured if I'm ever going to get one, now's the time. I had a 20% off coupon, so it brought the price down on it. With this setup, it's around a couple $100, and you're paying $50 for a barrel and about $50 for the breech. So if you did buy a regular 1377, you're going to pay $100 just to get the barrel and the breech that I wanted. Then of course another $15 for the muzzle brake. So I figured I'd just go ahead and get the custom shop gun. Oh, I know what it was. When you order the custom shotgun, they'll send you out a paper that where they test fired it. It's kind of a computer printout from where they test fired it. They don't say what grain pellets and that they used or how far they shot it. They send that out with it, and then the certificate of authenticity saying that it was professionally done at the custom shop, and who it was put together by, who authenticated it anyways. But I guess that's who put it together along with the serial number. So that's kind of neat. There is a small grub screw, it looks like, extra grub screw in this package. Looks like maybe it's an extra for the muzzle brake. I'm sure there's probably another one somewhere. It could be one of the ones on the top. Anyway, they sent out an extra screw with it. Back in there. It's going to be challenging finding a small case for it to go in once I put the scope on it. one of the questions I had was, since this is if it would actually work with the Williams peep sight, because I've actually got the peep sight off of my 100-year anniversary 362, and at this point I would say no. This breech is actually different than the 1362. There's no cutout, no holes to install the peep sight from it, so I won't be able to even put that on there and test it like I was hoping. But ultimately, I planned on putting a scope on it. My eyes just aren't good enough to actually see through a peep sight even and make out the target. I put glasses on, far-sighted. I put glasses on, and nowadays I can't see up close. The glasses makes it to where I can't see up close, but I can see far away. So I've either got a choice: I can take my glasses off and see my sights, and not my target, or put my glasses on, see my target but not my sights. So it's going to get a scope on it. I may have to hurry here. The radar didn't show any rain coming back in anytime soon this evening. That's why I came out here. Actually, the sun's kind of peeking through the clouds. It's a little warm. A little humid for sure. I've actually got a couple of other videos I need to edit that I made yesterday, but I decided to go ahead and get this one while I can. I don't know, it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. Anyways, this is the little 2x7, I think it's a 2x7 by 28 pistol scope. It's a BSA Edge. Found out there's not a lot of options in pistol scopes these days, and this one was about the best option that they had on it. And of course, I've got the Hawk rings that came with my Air Max. They were too low to use on the Air Max on my Air Arms Pro Sport. They were too low. I had to use other mounts, so I'm going to try to use these. Hopefully on the they should work on this pistol, I'm hoping. But anyways, for now we're going to put the scope on it, and then we'll be back. Here's a quick close-up look at the gun. Basically a 1377 with a longer barrel. I wanted the longer barrel to get a little more power out of it. I plan on modding it to get the maximum amount of power I can. Right now it's probably close to a 6 foot-pound gun. I would love to get it up close to 10 if I could. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Just a quick close-up. A 14-inch Walther barrel. That was one of the main things I wanted. Of course, you've got to get the steel breech. I got the extended steel breech. Has the hidden screw hole. It makes it easier to load. Gives you a little more room to mount optics. The muzzle brake, it's probably going to come off. I'm pretty sure that I'll end up taking that off once I get it scoped. I'm not sure. I may just remove the little sight post and leave it on. I don't know. But anyways, that's what it looks like, and now we're going to get the scope on it. When you look at a gun inside in dim light, you don't see much on it. I don't know if y'all can hear that thunder in the distance, but that's kind of bothering me. But I don't know if the camera's picking this up or not. But this Lothar Walther barrel that was about 50 bucks to get actually has what looks like a gold rub mark. I don't know this focus distance on this camera, but anyways, there's actually a copper colored mark running down most of the length of the barrel on this side where something rubbed against it. That's something I wouldn't expect from Crosman. Not a Crosman custom gun. I will say their quality definitely isn't what it used to be, and it I don't know how long stuff like that's been going on, but I really expected a little bit more out of one of their custom guns in a Lothar Walther barrel. Actually, the same marks are on the top all the way down. I don't know if they'll come off by chance. I don't know what caused it. Very little on this side. Actually, it came pre-dinged on the metal receiver. There's a couple of marks there. When I work on my guns, I don't ding them like that because I don't want the marks on it. But evidently, this one came from the factory that way. My 1362 has a slight scratch on it. The 100-year anniversary has a slight scratch on it on the tube right below the breech. It's light, but it's there, so I thought that was just a fluke on that particular gun. Maybe they'd had to rebuild it or something and took it apart at Crosman. But this here's a brand new one out of the custom shop. Has a little dink on it there, shining. Just minor little things that you would expect you wouldn't get from the custom gun shop, but there they are. And I opted with just the black grips. Didn't really care black or brown because my intentions are to replace these grips with some nice wood grips. At some point, I don't know, I may actually have my hand at making some. I've done some woodwork, and I think I could make these grips, some nice wood grips. I may just buy some. There's not a lot of options out there. But anyways, now we're going to get on the scope, putting the scope on it. This thing on? Yeah, it's on. Oh Lord, I bet I cut my head off in the first half of that other video. Didn't have my flippy screen down where I could see. Looks like we're recording, everything is going. Okay, we got the scope on, and gonna try to sight it in, and we got a target about 15 yards. Got the scope cam on. I keep hearing thunder in the distance. It could start pouring about any time, so I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. This breech was supposed to have had the screw that was not exposed, but there it is. So evidently that was a bust. This did not have the hidden breech screw on this model, but it didn't have any problem loading it. I got my first one of these 1377s somewhere in the late 70s. Don't remember exactly when, but it was somewhere in the late 70s. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed shooting pistols. That was actually my first pistol period. My dad didn't believe much in pistols, but more of rifles. He didn't really like the fact that I'd gotten a pistol at all. But anyways, I'd got a 1377 and shot it quite a bit. Got pretty good with it. So I've just enjoyed shooting pistols ever since. Shot my first deer when I was about 19 or so with a Thompson Center Contender pistol with a 14-inch barrel. Anyway, after that, had a 2.5 power scope on that Thompson Center Contender. Then I had a Ruger Super Red Hawk, I believe with a 10-inch barrel, and shot several deer with that. And so I've been wanting to get one of these for a while. And then when I heard Crosman sold, I was like, well, I better do it. Anyways, we're going to get to shooting here and see if we can even bag this thing and shoot off a bag. It's a little different than a rifle. Looks like I probably, for offhand shooting, I said that scope set it pretty good, but for shooting off a bag, I may have gotten it just a little too far back. We don't need full power anyways. Oh. Let's try for that top left target, see where we get. That feels about like an 8-pound trigger pull. I have an older model 1377 at the house, and it's not that bad, but this trigger's gonna need some work on it. And there's that screw catching the pellet. Power, see if I can see where it was hit. Oh, I don't know. I think I hit low. We're going to try one more time. So I can tell where I'm hitting. Yes, I'm hitting low. Hitting at the bottom target. See the two groups there now. So make a quick adjustment. See, we'll try that. That is weird. My scope is canted. I have no clue. That's a pretty bad cant. That's crazy. Didn't bring it up much. Definitely needs to come up. That's crazy. This is actually doing the same thing as my 362. Having to bring the scope way up. I planned on cleaning this barrel before I shot it earlier, but after I've heard the thunder, I was afraid it was going to start raining, so I didn't do a barrel cleaning on it. Bring it over to the left a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take this back 25 yards. I just want to see what I can do. I don't think I'm going to be very good with it, but I just want to see. So we'll be back. Okay guys, I moved it back to 25 yards. I hope I can see it well enough. With this extremely stiff trigger, it's going to make it a little difficult to group, but I just want to see what we can do with it. Don't. Field of view on these pistol scopes is a lot different. I sure wouldn't want to try to hunt with this thing on 7 power. It's going to take some getting used to. I can't get in the right position here. That's a little better. I believe I hit low. Yes, I hit low. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up some more. There's much more adjustment left. Don't know where that hit. Well, it doesn't take much movement to make it difficult to see that scope. Still don't know where I'm hitting. Didn't appear to bring it up much. Anyways, I'm just going to keep shooting there. See what kind of group I get. I don't know if y'all can hear that thunder, but I'd imagine this is probably going to be the only group I shoot. I'm going to start packing it up. I think this is 5, but I'll make sure. I'll add one more to it. I wanted to give it a try on 7. Okay guys, well, taking a little bit of getting used to shoot this off a bag, at least off of this bag. I did shoot my Thompson Center Contender, which was in 35 Remington, off of sandbags years ago at a range, 100 yards. I may have to adjust the scope forward on this one to give me a little bit more range. Anyways, we're going to go down and get the target, and then we'll be back. Okay guys, I went and got the target. That was my side in. There was my side in at 15 yards. First I was hitting way down here, 4 or 5, 6 inches, good 6 inches low probably. Had to bring it up. Went out to 25 yards. These are a 3.5 inch target, so I was just hit up still about 4 inches low. There was a time I used little push pins, tape, whatever, but I find sticky tape works. I mean, a glue stick, Elmer's glue stick works really well. All right, so there's my group at 25 yards. Had a couple of flyers, but this one here, I mean, it is so close to having those 5 shots under a dime. And that makes no sense to me, because I brought my HW97K out here yesterday at 25 yards. Of course, it was windy, but for some reason my groups were moving all over the place. I couldn't get a group, and here I go, first tryout with a 1377 and a 14-inch barrel, and shoot a group. I've got 5 shots here under a dime, and I've got a couple of them that I guess I pulled over the side. But it just totally amazes me. That's also with Crosman Premiers, so the accuracy on this little gun is quite good. That tells me if I get that trigger worked on, get a little more use to the gun, I can get some pretty good groups out of it, so I'm happy. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it an evening. If y'all made it this far, thanks for watching. The clouds have been getting closer, so I've really packed everything up. We're just using audio off the camera. It's been really thundering quite a bit in the distance, and I expect it to start pouring down anytime. We'll see y'all later.